I'm an idiot.
It's showtime!
I don't deserve these powers, if I'm being honest. Like, what am I even contributing? Ow! There's already a superhero with a red suit with a lightning bolt on it. Aquaman is literally huge and he's so manly. And Batman is so cool. And I'm just me. I feel like a fraud. It doesn't matter. Anyway, the wizard gave me superpowers. And then everybody got superpowers.
Where's everyone going?
To fight crime?
Okay.
Now everyone's kind of like doing their own thing, and I'm the only one trying to keep it together.
You understand I'm a pediatrician, right?
Come on!
Now let's get down to business.
Listen to me, Billy. The fate of your world depends on it.
Play around, what is this?
The daughters of Atlas are coming for you.
Children stole the power of all the gods. This is very personal, Billy.
Look, I might not have as much experience as you, because I'm not super old like you. But I've seen all of the Fast and the Furious movies, lady. It's all about family! Family! Guys, that was a signal!
Introducing the star of our show. His name is Shazam! Now let's get down to business.
Your world will not survive this.
Play around, what is this?
I don't know how we fight powers like this.
You think I know how to fix this dude, but I really don't.
Billy, everyone can be worthy. Let's give it a chance. Now go fight for your family. Go fight for the world.
Hurry, step right up. You wouldn't want to be anywhere else in the world right now.
I just threw a truck at a dragon. I love my life.
Let's get down to business. Let's get down to business. Can I get a witness?
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another movie review. And today I am here to review Shazam! Fury of the Gods. Now, the entire world, well, majority of the world, I feel like, I don't understand why, but they want this movie to fail. I know that Zachary Levi said something about something to do with one of the vaccines, and I know that people in the world got really upset about that, but from my understanding, even that was taken out of context, as most things are nowadays. But, and again, that's just from my understanding. I'm not going to get into that stuff here. That's not what I'm here to talk about. I'm here to talk about the movie itself, despite the people acting in it, which is something I'm hopefully going to get over before The Flash comes out, because an actor in there I really do not particularly care for after more recent things have happened. So I'm trying to just focus my energy toward the movie itself and less about the particular people in the movie, for example. But anyway, Shazam! Fury of the Gods is the sequel to Shazam. Shocker, I know. And a lot of people on Twitter specifically were talking crap about this movie before it even released. Which, first off, don't do that, folks. As much as you might think a movie might be bad, there's always a possibility that it could change. And if you don't think it's going to change, that's fine. You can totally dislike it. But at the same time, don't hate other people for their opinions on liking the movie or thinking a movie's going to be good, or vice versa. Like, I'm not disrespecting those who dislike that or dislike The Little Mermaid upcoming movie or the possibility of what that movie has. I'm genuinely a little excited for Melissa McCarthy in there. I think that'll be fun. And I forgot that she was actually in it, so I might actually watch that now for Melissa McCarthy. But, you know, I just want to note, we're all here together, guys. Let's not break each other. I'd prefer that not to happen. Even though I don't have much say in that, but, you know, it's what it is, I guess. But this movie follows Shazam, aka Billy Batson, I believe. I believe that's his name. Into the next adventure where him and his family are kind of falling apart. Well, he at least thinks they're falling apart. He wants to keep them all together, but people in his family, some of them don't want to. They want to go their own way. They want to do their own thing. And it's an internal struggle for him because of what happened in the first film and his previous family members who have always left him, and he's scared that that's going to continuously happen. And then that leads into the gods. I don't remember their names. Yeah, no, that's not a good one. But Athena, Calypso, and Hespera all show up and want to find this seed. And the seed was stolen from their home, and that's where the powers of Shazam come from. They want to gain back what was theirs. Some of them want to punish the world. Some of them just want to gain back what is theirs. And it's kind of also an internal struggle on their end. There's a lot of internal struggles throughout this movie, and I like that. You know, superheroes a lot of the time have this facade. They have to have this, I'm all strong, I'm all powerful. You see these muscles? I can't have emotions. And that's the basic outline of it. Of course, they don't drastically state that most of the time, but in the end, that's typically how it, you know, comes across. And one of the beauties about this movie in particular, and the predecessor, is that they can change up the formula. You have a character that has a childlike persona. And more than a childlike persona, but at least when he's in his superhero form. And that's because basically he's still a child that's broken, a child that's hurt, and a child that's looking for tender, loving care from those around him due to his past history, as we've stated thus far. And it's always impressive to see that transfer from Billy Batson to Shazam. From one character to the other. And making them one and the same. And for me, I feel like that's the strongest with Billy Batson in particular. Some of the other ones, you can kind of see it. And this one focused more heavily upon his family. But at the same time, it didn't really stick to that. There's still some other characters in this movie who didn't have as much screen time, which is perfectly fine. And one character in particular that it was kind of plot necessary to not focus on their superhero persona, which is okay. You know, and this movie in the end was about Billy being the hero he's meant to be. And that's what I would basically say Shazam! Fury of the Gods is, Billy Batson's journey to becoming the superhero he needs to be. And that's what it's really about, to be honest. So, yeah, Yeah. I know there's lots of things about this movie that people are hating on, and I just gotta say, if you don't like this movie, that's fine. I respect that, but please, 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 please respect those opinions of the people around you. The people that care for this movie and care for where DC could go with this. I want this to continue. I enjoyed this. I understand you may not like it. And don't worry, they are doing different things with the DCU, but... And personally, like, don't get me wrong, I liked Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania, but I liked Shazam Fury of the Gods more than Ant-Man Wasp Quantumania. And I don't know if it's just me, but I really liked Black Adam too. I really want to see the DC take these characters and run with them, and unfortunately, with how this is going, we may not have a Shazam film for a long time. I mean, they have a 10-year plan, and we only have, the next, 3 years? So obviously, somewhere in there might be another Shazam, but I guess it really depends on how well this one performs at the box office, whether they would do another one. I mean, I would be fine if they made an HBO Max movie out of it, which is not a great thing, but I'd be fine with that. But this movie is extremely well acted. You can tell the people in this movie care. I mean, I think it always comes through when the actors care about their movies and care about their roles. And sometimes people are just really good at faking being someone else. But genuinely, in comedies, it's hard to have a good comedy if the people acting in it don't really want to be there. Because the comedy has to come across as comedic. And part of comedy is joy. And they have to be able to show that joy to the audience. And in this movie, I feel like they do a great job. The director did a great job. And I even saw online people sending messages to the director about how this wasn't going to make a lot of money at the box office, and good on the director to respond and just be like, basically, yeah, I mean, it's not that much of a surprise, but don't worry, I got paid up front, I'm all good. And just took it like a champ. I mean, it's a movie, guys. It's not like this is going to be the end of the world. Similarly to people taking things out of context. Some people also took a clip of something he said at a convention about Shazam and removed all context from it and made him look like a bad guy. When in reality, he was talking about a very specific set of people and a very specific particular people, I'll say that. And same thing happened a while ago to a YouTuber I watch who was talking about Endgame and brought up Captain Marvel and made a couple of jokes about how he was happy Captain Marvel wasn't in the movie much and how he didn't watch her movie. And someone on the internet took it and cut out everything around those jokes and just kept the jokes in and made it look like he was like a terrible person. This is a comedy. This is a wonderful, enjoyable comedy action superhero film. This is not Schindler's List. You know, this is not a movie about Hitler. This is not a documentary. This is not based off of real life. This is fiction. I can understand if you get upset if someone falsifies history, especially in certain contexts, when you want the true history to be shown to the world. But this is a fictional movie based off of a comic book series. Fictional. Also, movie. All fake. This movie is great. I love it. Do you have to like it? No. And I'm sorry for anyone who's watching this being like, stop saying these things over and over again, but if you saw everything I saw in the last week on Twitter, I think you would be just as, like, precautious as I would be. But Zachary Levi does a really good job. The set pieces in this movie as well, by the way, were phenomenal. They were just phenomenal. And on top of that, just so much about this movie was great. So much. And I am very happy that this was able to be made. I was always wondering what it would be like with more Shazams, and this movie was exactly what I wanted. I didn't know what I wanted from a sequel to Shazam, but this is exactly what I wanted. I enjoyed it heavily, and I really want a third one. And I really hope if you are watching this, no spoilers, obviously, but if you are watching this, and I know there's a couple people on Twitter who really want to watch this, one in particular who can't watch it right now at the time of this recording. And I say to everybody, if you want to watch this, go watch it. Obviously, this is not going to be, if there's other movies that you care about more coming out in the future, you know, obviously save your money for those. If this is not the one you want, wait until it goes to HBO Max. You know, support it if you can. But here's the thing, guys. If you like this movie, if you want more, we have to show support. Movie studios don't deal in partials. They deal in absolutes. They only greenlit 100% when a movie is guaranteed to make a profit. And, for example, Scream. Scream apparently has not only... Scream 6 apparently has not only been the highest opening box office gross of the franchise, but it's also surpassed its budget already in its opening week, which is not typical for a Scream film either. So, like that right there, if they don't make a 7, I'll be shocked. Because that alone, to me, screams money. That right there tells me that they know the series will make money, and they can keep the budget relatively low, because I'm going to be honest, for such a big franchise, the budget's not that big. $35 million is not that big when you have superhero movies being made for hundreds of millions of dollars. You know, and I'm sure Shazam, I don't know what Shazam Fury of the Gods budget is, but it might have a hard time reaching back up that peak, but I know that there are people interested. Sorry, this is focusing more on other stuff and not really on Shazam. I apologize. But it's just, I don't know what else to say about this movie. It's fun. It's joyful. It can be sad. There's one scene especially that had tears. For me, at least. I get very emotional when it comes to movies. I get invested pretty easily. But very well acted. Glad that all the actors are the same from the previous film. And I'm very excited to see the future of this franchise and the future of DC. I'll be interested to see where they go with their future projects, but I really enjoyed this. You know, I really can't pinpoint any problems that I have with this movie. And to be fair, I wasn't looking for them. So I give this a 5 out of 5, 10 out of 10. Would watch again. And as rhymey as that is, it's 100% true. I would 100% watch this movie again. Yeah. Yeah, and there's dragons. There's not a lot of dragons, but there are some dragons in this. Which was fun to see. CGI looked great, too. It's been a couple of days, so I'm trying to remember everything, but I think I pretty much covered it. I would watch it again. And who knows, I might actually watch it again. It's going to be in theaters for a little while. But also, there are 2 credit scenes. One right after the, action credits, and one at the very end after the rolling credits. And the action credit one was an interesting one. I want to know how that'll connect inward. And then the one at the rolling credits was, and the way I phrased it on Twitter and the way I'll phrase it here is, felt very recycled. And that was the only thing that disappointed me, was that after credit scene, it felt recycled. It was hilarious, but it felt recycled. And to me, that's the only problem. What? Someone made a Shazam Fear of the Gods poster with Godzilla and Star Wars and like a bunch of different properties in it. Okay. I'm not going to put that image in there, just so you know. I'm not doing that. So anyways, this is a really cool movie, really enjoyable, and I'm excited to see where it'll go. Also, what I'm going to try to do, and bear with me please, a lot of my videos are long, but what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to add subtitles, at least in English, to a bunch of my videos, but I have to come up with a easy way to be able to do so. And the easiest way and able to do so right now is playing the audio back and having a mic record it for the duration of the video, which some of them are 30 plus minutes to an hour or longer. And that means I have to play that without having too much sound for an hour, for 30 minutes, for, in this case, almost 20 minutes, especially with a video where I'm just talking the entire time. It's going to be kind of hard. And I don't want to pay for it because I don't make money off of YouTube, so I'm not willing to put money into it if I can't get money out of it. And right now, I can't. And because of that, I would love to, trust me, I would love to get in as many languages as possible for all of my videos. But since this is more of a passion project right now, I'm not willing to spend money on that. So, but please, Shazam Fear of the Gods is in theaters now. If you're watching this after a while, check it on streaming because it will be there. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this movie as much as I did. Let me know down below what you thought of this review, what you thought of the movie, and stay tuned for more. I'm gonna have a what's it called? Dungeons and Dragons movie review coming soon too. So keep your eye out for that one as well. So thank you guys, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.
We are at war. We will annihilate everything. Champions of this realm can do nothing to stop us.
You are very menacing. I just want you to know that.
A lot has changed in the last few years. The wizard gave me superpowers. And then everybody got superpowers.
Started from the bottom, now we're here.
All right, here's the situation.
Started from the bottom, now the whole team here.
The daughters of Atlas are coming to hunt us.
Children stole the power of the gods. You ripped it from our father's core.
Okay, I feel like maybe I should be writing all this down.
Give us the powers, child.
Your world will not survive this.
You want these powers? Come get them!
Hey, Khaleesi!
Started from the bottom, now we're here.
All right,
Started from the bottom, now the whole team here.
we have one job to do. Save the world.
Billy!
fight powers like this.
I can't do this. Take my powers back.
You gave them to me so you could take them back, right?
I spent millennia searching for a worthy champion. You know exactly what must be done.
Billy, what are you doing? I have to do this.
We end this now.
Yeah, we do.
Started from the bottom, now we're here. Started from the bottom, now the whole team here.